Oh, there you are, YouTube. I forgot to bring a hat with me upstairs for this one-take vlog. So I found this basket. I've worn it before in past vlogs when I forget my hat, and I'm wearing it. Also using it to cover up that tan line that I have right here across my face from wearing a bandana the other day in the shining sun. It was a nice cool day, but the sun was shining so much. So that is why I'm wearing this basket on my head, because I don't want to show the tan line, and my quarantine hair today is not where I want it. And this is not a steady hat, so every once in a while I could be doing this. I say every once in a while, I think I've been doing it since I pressed record. But, okay, is that gonna stay? I think it's gonna stay. So what did we do today? I don't remember much of it, but what I do remember is what we just did. We watched the Emmys. And that was kind of fun because we've been watching a lot of television. I would say we're more movie people, but lately I've been watching a lot of TV past few years, and sort of getting into shows. And a lot of the shows that I watch were nominated and did amazing as well. Some, didn't, like The Crown. The Crown, I love that show. I'm not sure, I don't think it won a single award. It was nominated for a few, but I was very glad to see it nominated. Also, we watch S Creek. You know me, for some reason, I just can't say it. But did you notice on the Emmys, anytime they would say the title, they would pop up the show logo in words so that viewers would know that they're saying a last name and not a swear word. I thought that was hilarious. Anytime it was said, go back and watch it if you missed it. Anytime that word was said, it would pop up at the bottom, almost like subtitles, except for it was like done in the show's logo. So that was kind of funny. But they swept. They just, like, the first, hour of the show, half hour of the show or whatever, when you're watching, it was just S Creek, S Creek, S Creek, S Creek. It just won over and over and over again. It was a sweep. It was amazing. So happy for that show. I guess it had only had maybe one prior Emmy nomination in its 5 seasons, and that was the previous season, but it didn't win that. And then with all of the nominations that it got this year, it swept, at least the ones that were televised that I saw. So that was very cool. I can hear my cat scratching over here. I don't know if that's disrupting your sound at all, but anyway, very happy for that show. Dan and Eugene Levy, so great. Catherine O'Hara, amazing. Just, it was so great to see it win so much, honestly, because it was completely ignored before, and then they were able to go out on top. And that's kind of how the show lived. A lot of people didn't know about it. I didn't, I think I heard about it, but I didn't really watch it until this year, and we went through all of it. And I think that happened to a lot of people. We're all sitting here in quarantine looking for stuff to watch, so we put on that show. What else did we do that to? We did that for Succession, which also did great. Some of the wins there I was hoping might have gone other directions, but it was, still did well. Didn't get all of its wins. It wasn't a sweep or anything like that, but we really enjoyed that show, and it was cool to see everybody that was nominated. Greg, Greg from the show, I can't remember the actor's real name, but I was rooting for him. He's one of my favorite parts of the show, so that would have been cool to see him win. And what's his name? The main guy, not Brian Cox, but his son that, wanted to take over. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I can't remember his name, but he won in his category. And his outfit was amazing. I hope that is the future of fashion, because I am prepared. I am on board for dressing like that. I really want to look like that. He looked so cool. Those are the clothes that I want to be wearing once we can go out in the world and dress up fancy, meet up for events again, because he just looked so cool to me. Why can't I remember his name? I wish it would come to me. I don't think it's going to. I'm trying to stall, hoping it will. Is it? Nope, I didn't get it. Anyway, the main character. That's not Brian Cox. That guy. He's in the movie The Happening. It's not going to come to me, so I need to stop trying. But that show did well. Also, Watchmen. We got through all of that show, and it did very well as well. Lots of wells right there. Regina King won. I believe it won Best Drama in its category, which was so cool. I mean, it's just... Wait, was that right? Or yeah, in its category, which was like a limited run or something like that. But yeah, it was... I mean, that show, that's another one where I think I would have, like, maybe, I don't know, like Lou Gossett Jr. didn't win, and I thought he was fantastic, and I would have probably given him the win over Dr. Manhattan, whose name's escaping me. Yaya? Is that it? And, but yeah, I would have probably given that to Lou Gossett Jr., but it was, I mean, deserving win, you know, it's... All three of the nominated performances in that category were fantastic. So, you know, it's that win was great. Just me personally, if I, you know, was marking, I probably would have done Lou Gossett Jr. myself. But we're just like really happy for those shows. We watched those shows, and it was just very cool to see them do so well. And then also The Crown, we watched that. That was cool to see it nominated. And it was, what was that very final category, which is the one, I believe it was Succession won that, where you had stuff like The Mandalorian nominated and Stranger Things nominated, which was kind of interesting because we weren't seeing those shows show up in other categories anywhere. So it was just kind of interesting because we were seeing the same shows over and over again, but then at the very end it was like Stranger Things nominated, Mandalorian nominated. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about those nominations. Also Zendaya, am I saying that right? Zendaya, she won for Euphoria. Haven't watched that yet. I hear good things, but in her category, she is now the youngest winner in that category. She just broke that record, which was previously broken the previous year. So that was cool to see that as well. And everybody around her, they were all so excited. She was so excited. She had a great speech. There were a lot of great speeches too. I love the speeches. Oh man, and Tyler Perry special award. Love him. He is... I just think Tyler Perry is fantastic. I've seen all these different like mini documentary things where the news, you know, will cover his studios in Atlanta, and it's just amazing what he's built down there. And his speech was top notch, beautiful, amazing. And I feel like I don't really get this hyped about the Emmys, but I'm an Oscars guy. But today's Emmys I had a lot of fun with. It was great to see the way they did it during a pandemic. I thought they made it as interesting, as exciting, as dynamic as possible. And I'm curious to see what the Oscars do, because the Emmys, they showed up. This was a good broadcast considering what's going on, with having to stay so socially distant, keeping away from everybody. I thought it was great. I was very impressed with the show. So yeah, I guess this is a fully Emmys reaction vlog. So I don't know, I guess if anybody stumbles on this video, and I only got a couple people watching these, but if somebody stumbles on it, what did you think? Were you hoping somebody would win that didn't, or were you really happy with the results? Just kind of curious. I thought it was a great night. So with that being said, perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.